More pain in Spain for holidaymakers as the government extends its don't travel advice to the Canary and Balearic Islands.
Jet2 becomes the latest airline to suspend flights, warning passengers due to travel to the islands not to go to the airport today.
The UK's embassies are accused of being confusing and lacking in compassion in their efforts to bring people home at the beginning of the coronavirus pandemic.
A handout of £50 bike repair vouchers begins in England as part of the government's push to get more people to take exercise.
Good morning. Coronavirus is still biting hard on town centre trade, with hospitality revenue down. I'm looking at what happens if workers aren't back in their offices soon.
And a quarantine for travellers returning from Spain, including now the Balearic Islands, continues to dominate the headlines. That, of course, happened yesterday. Millions of summer holidays ruined. The Daily Express is how they put it. It says the government's told anyone travelling abroad now that they do so at their own risk.
The Daily Telegraph, let's show you that. They're claiming the government is hoping to announce plans to cut quarantine to 10 days for those who test negative for the virus.
The Metro reports only one person's been fined by police for breaching the requirement to self-isolate after arriving from abroad. It says separate figures from the UK Border Force show that as of July the 10th, the agency has penalised only 3 people over quarantine.
El País, one of the Spanish largest newspaper, said that right?
El País.
El País.
Very good, Dan.
Says the quarantine rules spell disaster for Spanish tourism industry.
We're talking about but lots of different things today, but this is interesting. This is from inside of the Mail, actually, and it's about people, whether or not they are going back to work. What it does here on the Mail is they've done an audit. More than 70 firms found that dozens don't have any immediate plans for employees to return to offices within 2 months. RBS, for example, currently has 49,000 staff working from home, around 10,000 staff in branches and offices, and most are not being expected to return to the office until next year. Ernst & Young, 11,200 office staff. They've consulted them. Offices would reopen from September the 7th, but on a reduced capacity basis. I know that Nina's talking a little bit about this later, but there is a real sense, isn't there, that many people will not be going back to work, or at least at the office, for some long time. And I'm wondering what, I think what Nina's talking about is the effect on the economy of that as well. I'm going to give you a little note of optimism because so many of us will be spending time, holidays in the UK. I've just come back, actually, from the Lake District, and look at this, absolutely beautiful. Storm
gorgeous,
clouds are giving walkers a view over the Langdale Pikes in the Lake District shortly after sunrise yesterday morning. Carol will have the weather for us shortly, but I think that's the kind of view that lots of us are going to be getting used to. There's certainly lots of people in the Lake District, and some of them are just going up there for the day to do large walks. Long walks, beautiful walks.